If you're learning Blender right now, there's a good chance you're doing everything right and still heading in the wrong direction. Because most Blender artists aren't failing due to lack of effort. They're failing because they're learning the wrong skills in the wrong order for the wrong reasons. And today, I'll show you what those skills are and the ones you should be focusing on instead. This isn't about bashing beginners. I've made these mistakes myself. This video is about alignment, making sure the skills you're practicing actually move your work, your portfolio, and your career forward. By the end, you'll know exactly what to stop obsessing over and what actually matters in modern Blender workflows. Here's the trap most artists fall into. They open YouTube and learn whatever's popular. One day it's hyper-realistic modeling. Next day, procedural nodes. Then, another 4-hour tutorial from scratch. It feels productive, but it's not directional. And in a moment, I'll explain why this trap keeps people stuck for years. But first, let's expose the specific skills being overlearned. Let's be honest. Most beginners spend too much time on modeling everything from scratch. Perfect topology for portfolio pieces. Memorizing shortcuts instead of understanding outcomes. Chasing realism before mastering composition. These aren't useless skills. They're just overinvested early on. Grinding them won't break you out of beginner hell. Building every model by hand takes forever and builds bad habits. Early on, this eats time without teaching efficiency, like using kits, modifiers, or geometry nodes. Pros grab pre-made bases or procedural setups to focus on unique ideas, not reinventing wheels, saving days for storytelling or polish. Topology matters for deformation, but obsessing over flawless edge loops on portfolio shots is premature. Beginners loop endlessly, tweaking loops instead of rendering tests or animating. Start with good enough quad-based meshes that rig cleanly. Fix via retopo later. This frees you to ship work, not perfect invisible math. These habits aren't worthless. They're just wrong priorities for starters. Grinding them builds a tiny toolbox while pros stack versatile pipelines. Shift to daily scene challenges. Compose first, block rough, iterate fast. This snowballs into portfolios that pop, proving you solve problems, not just model rocks. So what should you learn instead? So if those skills aren't the answer, what actually separates artists who grow fast from those who stay stuck? This is where things flip. Also known as knowing when something looks wrong. Can you tell when something looks wrong and why? That alone puts you ahead of most beginners. Visual judgment is the ability to look at your render and tell what's wrong without someone telling you. You render a scene. Something feels off. A beginner says, "I don't know why this looks bad." Someone with visual judgment says, "The lighting is flat, the camera is too centered, and the materials look plastic." No new tools, just awareness. You notice. No shadows, scene feels fake. Everything evenly lit, boring image. Perfect symmetry, unnatural. That's visual judgment. Compare your render to real photos. Ask what's different. Light? Angle? Contrast? Do not add details. Fix big visual problems first. Not how do I do this, but what's the fastest path to a good result? Modern 3D is about flow, not friction. Workflow thinking is choosing the fastest path to a good result, not the most painful one. You spend 6 hours modeling a chair from scratch. A workflow thinker uses a base model, adjusts proportions, focuses on lighting plus presentation. Same result. One took 30 minutes. You spend 6 hours modeling a chair from scratch. A workflow thinker uses a base model, adjusts proportions, focuses on lighting plus presentation. Same result. One took 30 minutes. Before starting, ask, what's the minimum I need to make this look good? If the answer is everything, you're doing it wrong. Most feedback isn't technical. Make it cooler. It feels flat. Something's off. Your job is translating that into lighting, camera, materials, or composition choices. That's where professionals are made. This skill is translating vague feedback into specific Blender actions. Someone says, "This feels boring." Beginner reaction. "Okay, I'll add more details." Better reaction. Change camera angle. Increase contrast. Add asymmetry. Improve lighting direction. You solve the real problem. Feedback, translation. It's flat. Add contrast, shadows. Too clean, roughness variation. Not realistic, scale plus lighting fixes. Every time you get feedback, ask, what visual problem are they reacting to? Fix that, not the words. In sum, visual judgment. You notice something is wrong. Workflow thinking. You choose the fastest fix. Feedback translation. You understand why it feels wrong. That's why they improve faster. Tutorials teach. Buttons, steps, tools. They don't teach. Seeing, deciding, interpreting feedback. That's why this feels confusing. You were never taught this part. Good Blender artists don't know more tools. They make better decisions faster. AI changed the game, not by removing artists, but by exposing bad learning priorities. If your value is manual struggle, AI replaces you. If your value is judgment and direction, AI amplifies you. In 2026, tools are no longer the bottleneck. Decisions are. That single shift changes everything. Let's break it down. In the past, if you knew more tools, you had an advantage. Skill equals how much you could do manually. In 2026, modeling, rigging, cleanup, blocking much faster. AI, add-ons, assets, and smarter workflows remove friction. So the question is no longer, can you do this? It's now, can you choose what to do and when? That's why visual judgment matters more than raw technique. AI didn't replace artists. It replaced guesswork. If you don't know what looks good, why something feels wrong, what problem to solve, AI will happily generate mediocre results faster. Artists who survive in 2026 are not the ones who avoid AI. They're the ones who direct it. That requires judgment, workflow thinking, feedback translation, exactly the 3 skills you asked about. Studios and clients don't want perfect after 3 weeks. They want good today, better tomorrow. This is why workflow thinking is critical. In 2026, faster iteration equals more chances to improve. Slower artists don't get more time, they get replaced. Speed without judgment is chaos. Judgment without speed is irrelevant. You need both. In 2026, remote teams, global clients, async feedback, which means feedback is vague. Direction changes fast. People won't explain themselves clearly. If you can't translate, make it pop. Feels off. Not quite there. Into specific 3D decisions, you slow the entire pipeline down. People who solve ambiguity become invaluable. Because tools are fast, output volume increased. Everyone has renders. Everyone has models. What stands out now? Clear intent, strong presentation, finished projects. The 3 skills help you. Know when it's good enough. Know what to fix first. Know when to stop tweaking. That's how careers survive saturation. In 2026, Blender artists aren't paid for effort or tool mastery. They're paid for clarity, speed, and judgment. That's it. Now here's the real question. If most people are learning the wrong skills, how do you actually practice the right ones without getting overwhelmed? That's exactly what we'll cover next. If you want to stop spinning your wheels in Blender and start building skills that actually compound, subscribe. This channel is about modern 3D growth, not outdated grind culture. See you in the next one.